From Independence, Kentucky, it's Sports Without Boundaries with Eric Dieters and his sidekick, Nick Batista.
Ladies and gentlemen, the American Cheering Bulldog Nation, welcome to Sports Without Boundaries of yours truly, Eric Dieters, my sidekick, co-host, Nick Batista. We have 56 topics to roll through, so let's get started. Nick, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Did you watch the All-Star Game?
Absolutely, the whole thing.
Well, the National League finally broke a 9-game losing streak and beat the American League 3-2. 2 home runs by 2 Diaz's.
Yeah.
Not related.
What I got out of it was the commie uniforms. Go back to the other uniforms.
Well, they were terrible uniforms, and not only they're terrible uniforms, they didn't have any red, white, and blue American bunting out.
Commie uniforms.
But did you notice that? They always had red, white, and blue bunting all over the stadium. Patriotic.
Yep. Rob Manfred.
I don't like the guy. And speaking of the All-Star Game, Vladimir Guerrero won the home run derby. Did you see how many home runs those guys were hitting?
That was amazing, man.
It was like woof, whoosh.
The one kid had 41 and lost.
Did you see this picture, the 1971 All-Star Game? Do you realize the 1970 there was like 30-something Hall of Famers that played in the 1971 All? It is wild.
Yeah, I'm sure.
The American League All-Star history is pretty cool. But you know what they always had? They had red, white, and blue bunting.
And they had their own uniforms, as you can see.
Why we got this picture? Let's talk a little bit about the Reds and the the Guardians post All-Star Game. The Reds set a major league record, folks. Shut out 3 games in a row, 27 innings, no runs, and 7 hits. No baseball team in the history of Major League Baseball
Is that right?
has performed that bad.
That's hard to believe.
7 hits,
Wow.
no runs, 27 innings.
Yeah, the hits. It must be the hits. But going back to last year's postseason, was it last year when they got shut out 2 games in a row? 22 innings?
Right.
2 years ago.
Well, the way I look at it, they lost to the Brewers. The Brewers got their number. They beat them 8 of 10 times.
Yeah.
Is the way I look at it is the Brewers just have their number. And thank God we don't have to play the Brewers tomorrow. But the Giants,
they're coming up.
The Giants are good. Yeah, we got to go back to play. Mm-hmm. So what's going on with the Guardians? They were up at the All-Star break too.
They're a young team. They're just not good. The Reds, I'd rather be the Reds than the Guardians in this position.
I would rather be. And
I'm telling you.
And speaking of the Reds, they drafted this kid, Rhett Lowder, from Wake Forest. I watched this guy pitch during the World Series of College Baseball. He is really, really good. He's maybe the top pitcher in NCAA, and the Reds got him.
Well, I don't know about that. The kid from LSU that got drafted #1, he's the...
Well, Skenes. Pittsburgh, he took Skenes. But you don't know. I'm just saying Lowder could be the best.
Who did he play for?
Wake Forest.
Oh, that's right.
And Wake Forest was the top team going into it.
Yeah, they were. He was good.
So, anyway, by the way, speaking of, the Pirates did draft Paul Skenes from LSU. Cruz, the center fielder, went second.
Yeah.
Did you see his girlfriend?
That's a tough pick. Yeah, of course.
She is stealing all of his publicity. You don't take a picture with your hot girlfriend if you want some publicity. This day and age, nobody cares about the hot baseball player. They only care about the hot girlfriend. Joey Votto. I was so down on Joey Votto forever and ever and ever because he's played like crap. But I like Joey Votto again. He's come back and played well. Do you know his jersey is still top 10 selling jerseys in Major League Baseball?
No, I did not know that.
Joey Votto.
No kidding.
They must buy it in Canada.
Yes, exactly.
I mean, isn't that crazy? Well, Pete Rose loses again. Manfred announced once a year he feels the need to come out and give us the Pete Rose update. And they say, nah, baby, nah, Pete's not getting in.
Well, he was at the Hall of Fame induction ceremony in Cincinnati. So F the National.
F Major League Baseball.
That's right.
All right, Sean Casey, a former Red great, is going the Yankees hitting coach. And you know what? The Yankees are already doing better right out of the gate.
A super move, man.
I would think Sean Casey'd be a great batting coach.
I wouldn't think he'd want to go to New York. I mean, he's just so
New York.
They're going to ruin it.
Yeah, New York's not doesn't seem like Sean Casey's kind of place. Bronson Arroyo came back for the the Hall of Fame game because I didn't realize this guy is like one of the leaders in Reds history of innings pitched. He was like good for 7 to 8 innings every game he pitched.
back when they used to pitch 7 to 9 innings, right?
What is anatomically changed with pitchers' arms that they pitch less now than they did back in the Bob Gibson days?
A lot of talk about this, like too much weightlifting and working out. Their tendons or ligaments are really tight, so they tear easily. I mean,
We'll stop lifting weights then.
I know. A lot of people say that.
I mean, what the hell? Larrell Collins is back. You know, he was the Bengals' big offseason acquisition for the Dallas Cowboys, free agency. He was out the whole darn year almost because he was hurt, but he's back. Do you think this will make any difference?
Offensive line?
Yes.
Yeah, probably.
All right. Did you hear about UK basketball?
No.
We were all gloom and doom. I want Calipari fired. I still do. Anyway, they go to Canada with all these young guys that are coming in, and they kick everybody's ass. They win 3 games. Everybody looks great. Remember Milt Wagner from Louisville?
Yeah, I do, yeah.
His son is our new point guard.
Oh, okay.
Freshman, all world.
Well, there you go. You got a guy.
So here we'll see what happens. Deion Sanders has hired Mike Zimmer, the former Bengals assistant defensive coordinator, Dallas defensive coordinator, and Minnesota head coach. Good move or bad move, Nick?
Interesting. That's a great move, huh?
I think so, too.
Game, good coach.
Mike Zimmer knows his defense. By the way, do you know he's my neighbor?
No, I didn't know that.
He lives like 5 minutes from my house. He's just like me. He's got a long driveway, gate, and a house over a lake. It's a beautiful, like, lodge kind of house.
Oh, yeah.
And I think he's got houses in more than one cities, but I think it's his main resident.
No kid.
Out here. You can
Why
see
not?
Mike Zimmer at the Independence Kroger. Anyway, good guy. Northwestern coach was fired over hazing. Do you believe it?
Bad move.
And you know what it is? The guy that told on him was a player that got cut.
Right.
Or wasn't playing or something.
Whistleblower, if you
One little wimpy whistleblower.
And they didn't fire any of the other staff.
No.
Oh, come on.
No.
He's supposed to know, and they don't.
Right. Erin Andrews is a new mom for the first time.
Yeah.
I can't stand Erin Andrews as a sideline reporter, but let's applaud her for having a baby. Apparently, it took her 10 years to conceive. I think part of her conception problem was the dancing in front of naked door key locks.
Oh, I was going to say, that's her most famous moment.
I'd like to know how many men Googled Erin Andrews dancing in front of me.
First people.
Every hand is going up here. All right. Jags. We're without boundaries. Jags signed Josh Peterson, the coach's son. I'm like, this kid isn't very good. This is purely helping the. I mean, I can't believe it, to be honest with you.
I can't either.
It's nepotism and it's worse. All right, Nassar, that's creepy Olympian coach, female gymnast, was stabbed in jail. Does that shock you?
No, man. That's what happens in jail when you treat kids bad.
I mean, this guy ain't going to live.
No.
He's done.
Like Dahmer.
Wembanyama had a terrible first game, a great second game, and now he's done for the summer league.
Them right on.
I agree with that. Why get him hurt?
Right.
Playing a bunch
if
of
he'd have played well in the first game, that'd have been his own game, too.
I don't know if Josh can play taps, but I just want everybody to know that I never knew this dog, but Georgetown's dog, his name was Jack, a bulldog, died this past week.
They have a bulldog? Is that what a Hoya is?
A Hoya, right?
Georgetown Hoyas.
Yeah.
But they got a bulldog named Jack. They don't have a Hoya. And Jack died. It was a national day of mourning. At our office, we lowered the flags to half staff.
No.
We wrote a letter to Bashir and Biden and said, will you please lower your flags? And they denied it. It was awful.
Sure, DeWine, he'll lower the flags for anything.
All right, have you ever heard of a fanaholic? Apparently, this guy's a ChiefsAholic fan. Are you an Indian or a brown-holic fan?
Oh, I must be to put up with that myth.
I think I'm a cowboy-holic. But anyway, ChiefsAholic was arrested for misconduct. It's going to really kill his vibe, I think. Or maybe the fans will like it. They'll get behind him.
They will.
All right, Trump landed. They were going after him because they were PGA was canceling all the tournaments at his courses.
Right.
Well, he landed an LIV tournament at Doral.
Yeah, he's not going to be denied.
He's not going to be denied. You know what he's saying? You know what he's saying privately? If you do not schedule your tournaments at my country clubs, I'm carpet bombing you.
Yeah.
When I'm president.
That boy needs to mix in a salad, too. Did you see the picture of him?
Yes.
Oh, my Lord, he's gained weight.
Yes. Royce White, an NBA player, former NBA player, has tattooed on his head Trump won.
I didn't know that. That's great.
Yes.
Great. Isn't
that great? Yeah. He's up.
Way to go, Royce.
Yeah, Royce White. All right, now, I just wanted to put this up here because I think she looks beautiful. The producer Josh doesn't use the picture. You should have seen his beautiful all white dress that Kate had on.
She was in green
Wimbledon.
at the ceremony today.
Well, that was today. I'm talking about earlier in the week. She had a white dress
today, man. She's my wife.
I got a crush on Kate.
She's beautiful, man.
All right. Martina Navratilova, a gay woman, when Rapinoe says she wants more transies playing soccer,
great.
Martina tweeted, nuts.
This is good,
No,
man.
yikes.
Yikes.
She said, yikes.
This is another law of unintended consequences.
That's
man.
right.
You know, I just love it.
Go Martina.
Right. She's in the right here.
She understands the difference between just being gay and being weird.
Between being gay and playing against men.
All right. NBA has 2 rule changes coming up. One, if you flop, the other team gets a free throw.
Oh, right.
Do you like that one? And the other time is you get an extra review.
They're judgment calls. I mean, how do you know if you're flopping? We can tell, obviously.
I like the flop rule. Cheaters.
It's ridiculous.
All right, Oakland has already started, according to Manfred, the transfer of moving to Oakland to Vegas. They've already initiated the process.
What'd they do? Send the mascot over?
I don't know, but the Oakland A's going to Vegas. This is terrible.
Well, we know that.
The Oakland A's are a storied franchise.
Right. So are the.
By the way, I just got finished watching. I don't know if it's on here. Reggie Jackson's documentary. It is so good. I used to hate Reggie Jackson. I love him now. A Reggie Jackson documentary. The A's beat the Reds in a World Series in 72.
Right.
And then won it in 73 and 74.
Right. And
they were a dynasty.
They were.
Before the Reds became a dynasty. Then the Yankees became a dynasty.
They probably got
the Yankees, A's, and Reds dominated the 70s.
Yes, sir.
Anyway, Urban Meyer, there's some talk. Should Urban Meyer get the job at Northwestern?
If he wants it, why not?
I would too.
Do so wrong?
He didn't do anything so wrong. Give him his job back. All right. This referee, this is great. This isn't the picture. Our producer is off his game this week. Josh, we'll forgive you. Anyway, there's a referee in the that Bronny's little, his son, not Bronny, but his other son, that LeBron is coaching.
Oh, right.
And he's yelling at the referee.
Yeah.
The referee is smiling.
Yeah, smiling.
And they said the referee's like, I can't believe it. LeBron is coaching his kid.
Yeah.
And he's yelling at me. He was freaking loving it.
His
he
time
was
in the
freaking
sun
loving
15 minutes.
All right. Michael Irvin is still not going to be allowed to let back on NFL Network. This is an outrage.
It is.
I love Michael Irvin. He was entertaining. This woman's a lying scumbag. Marriott, I hope he gets $100 million from him.
I hope he gets his job back. I hate Michael Irvin, but he was railroaded. This is crap.
He was railroaded.
Give him his job back.
Are you ready for this one? This is wild. Andrew Luck is eligible for the NFL Hall of Fame this year.
What?
He's been gone 5 years. Now, you ready for this? Drum roll. I didn't know this. You cannot make this up. His first 4 years in the league, he had as good a numbers. He's in the top 4 all time at quarterback in pass receptions, touchdown. I'm like, damn. But you can't be in a Hall of Fame if you only do it 4 years.
And you can't be in if he would have won 4 Super Bowls.
Correct.
He would have been.
Correct.
He won 0.
Bengals Ring of Honor vote is going on. I don't think we've got the final tally of who's actually going to go in or not, or do we? I don't think they only had it. So we'll report later. The ESPYs. All right. True story. I had a chance to go to the ESPYs. Buddy of mine got a ticket from his buddy who's involved in producing the ESPYs. I was going to get on a plane, 6 o'clock. Fly all the way to L.A., participate in the red carpet thing, the ESPYs, all that stuff. Get on a plane, fly back, get home at 5 o'clock in the morning.
You didn't go?
All I went. I said, I ain't going. I was a responsible person and stayed home and worked.
I thought you were going to go.
You know what? I'm so glad I didn't. But anyway, did you
watch it?
Did you watch the ESPYs?
Hell no.
I'm not in the ESPYs at all.
I mean, these people don't need any more.
it's sports awards by ESPN, like best player, best. Yeah. LeBron James announced he's not retiring.
They don't have enough money or women. They got to have awards too.
That's the biggest.
Yeah, LeBron announced he's not retiring.
Now this is funny. DeMar Hamlin was there. Now this is a great story. Okay, I told my wife. I told everybody. I says the one person that I want to see on the red carpet or somewhere is DeMar Hamlin. And I want to go up and shake his hand. And I'm going to say, DeMar, I was the guy that got all this grief about you dying. But you really did die, and it brought you back, and I'm happy. Man, will you please do a selfie with me? This will be funnier than hell. You can't make this up. My buddy ended up at the after party meeting and talking to DeMar Hamlin. So God dang it, if I went, I would have gotten my picture with DeMar. It almost would have been worth it just to do that. Can you imagine all the haters if I did a little video interview with DeMar Hamlin and we made a joke about me calling him dead? And,
he was dead.
He was dead.
At the time you said it.
God, I wanted it for my haters. Jeez, old Pete. Dick Vitale has throat cancer. Now, let me handle this as nice as I can, okay? I hate cancer. Cancer sucks. Right. I'm going to get cancer. I'm tired of Dick Vitale doing basketball games. Will you please stop having him do basketball games?
It sounds awful, too. Poor guy.
God, he does. He just.
Well, it came back. He had it once.
Have you ever heard a bigger name dropper doing an announcing than Dick Vitale?
No.
My God.
Claim to fame.
My God.
He admits it, at least.
All right, Kyrie has a Chinese shoe deal. It's a China shoe.
Another reason to hate this guy.
My God, I was liking him because he didn't do COVID. Now he's doing a China shoe deal. Every Chinese communist, maybe he's smart, billions of people are going to be wearing the Kyrie.
Exactly right. The Kyrie.
All right. Moran says that the incident on the basketball court where he was accused on like a pickup game, accused of assault was self-defense.
Well, this guy's got 17-year-old.
Yeah, this guy's got more. The gun. He's got more legal issues than anybody. Let me see, Donald Trump. Donald Trump's got a lot of legal issues. All right, Cole Beasley says that once he decided, I'm not getting the COVID, everybody turned against him with the Buffalo Bills.
Yeah. How about
the Bills turned against him?
Probably the most liked guy on the team. I was surprised to read that story. Not really, though, because
I like Cole Beasley.
I love Cole Beasley.
There's rumors that John Gruden wants to burn the NFL down with his lawsuit.
I hope he does.
I hope he does. We are Team Gruden at Sports Without Boundaries.
Absolutely.
Maybe he'll come by and co-host a show with us sometime. All right, Dennis. This is the creep factor story. Earmuffs if you don't want to hear this. Dennis Rodman played a brief time with the Lakers with Shaq and Kobe, and you can't make it up. He says the reason why Shaq and Kobe didn't like him is during that 6 months, he was dating Jeannie Buss, the owner. Was dating Dennis Rodman.
At the same time,
Phil Jackson
was dating her?
to Dennis Rodman.
That love triangle. You don't want to.
Oh my God. Rodman. I bet you Phil hates Rodman.
Yeah, has Jeannie come out and denied it?
You know, Jeannie posed for Playboy. Do you know that?
I did.
She's kind of a wow.
He does now, though. Martha Stewart.
All right. Did you hear about this baseball prospect? This is wild. He pitched 11 fastballs, and the slowest was 99.8.
Right.
One was 104.
Right.
Crazy stuff.
Doesn't matter if it doesn't move.
Oh, by the way, speaking. I want to go ahead and mention this today since we're talking about speed. Ellie De La Cruz broke a record today, throwing a ball 97 something from third base. It's the fastest ball.
Week he broke a record 95.
Right, it's the fastest ball thrown in the infield.
From third base.
You know what I say? See if he can pitch. All right, the Washington Commanders. There's a glitch. The deal might not go through. What do you think?
Well, he's got.
You know why? He refuses to reimburse the NFL commissioner for any expenses.
Yeah, he's got the shit on. Excuse me, on Roger.
You're allowed to say that. We're without boundaries. We just don't like to say the F word. We like to keep it PG. All right, Kendall Jenner's a hoe. She's now dated not one, not two, 5 NBA players. So her own family is teasing her that she's got a starting 5.
That whole family dates NBA players.
You know what? She should have stuck with Devin Booker. He's a nice guy. I say Devin Booker was too nice for Kendall. All right, U.S. lost to Panama and the soccer thing. You believe it? Lost. They're out.
Good.
They lost to Panama. Jeez,
Excellent.
oh, Pete. FC Cincinnati, you got anything you want to say about them? I don't.
They won again.
All right.
They're 10 wins at home.
What about NASCAR? Did NASCAR have a race today? I didn't even pay attention.
New Hampshire. I didn't watch any of it.
All right. UFC, nothing big to report on there. All right. Shakira. All right. This is the biggest sporting story for Sports Without Boundaries this week. Shakira rebuffed flirtations from Tom Cruise. And, you know, she broke up with her soccer player,
Yes.
Portuguese soccer player, star, whatever. She's moved back to Miami. She is now apparently dating Jimmy Butler of the Miami Heat.
Why? No, you know why? It's not a relationship. It's a business transaction.
Business transaction.
Who's the most famous Miami person? It's Jimmy Butler. I'll date him for a while.
You know what? I think
These
you're right.
people make me ill.
I think you're right.
I mean,
All right, we know I talked
totally
about
agree.
Washington Commanders say Richard Sherman might be the guy that joins what's his name?
Skip Bayless.
Skip Bayless. What do you think about this on his show?
And Skip used to rip him, man.
Yeah, this will be. You know why I like about Richard Sherman? He could hold his own with Bayless because he's tough and he's smart. You know,
Yeah.
Did you know that this guy? I mean, grew up in Compton. Do you know this guy is like? He got his college degree on stuff. He's like in math and stuff. I mean, he is a smart SOB, man.
Yeah,
Stanford. I mean, Sherman is smart. He'll take down old Skip Bayless. Reds Hall of Fame inductees. Bronson Arroyo, I understand that. The all-time saves leader is
Danny Graves.
Danny Graves, and then Gabe Paul, who was a
daughter,
GM back in the 1950s.
Right, his daughter represents.
I watched the speeches; they were pretty good.
I did too. It was pretty good, man.
Pretty good. All right, Mixon has redone his deal to stay with the Bengals. I tell you what, if there is one position that I would tell kids, don't play that position
no
in NFL, is the running back position.
No kidding.
They are disrespected. They're used and worn up in 5 years.
They don't get paid.
They don't get paid.
I mean, I'm surprised Mixon did this. I think a team would have paid him a lot more.
No, I think.
No, and Austin Eckler.
Well, no, I don't think so. Look at.
Austin Eckler. Tony Pollard.
Zeke Elliott can't get a freaking job. Are you kidding me?
Well, Shaquan Barkley holding out right
I'm
now.
not done.
Saquon.
But you're about Saquon Barkley. He wanted 16. They offered him 13.
Yeah, he's gonna end up.
Who cares?
What the hell, man? All right, Reds attendance is up 26% this year, and the viewership is up over 40%.
People love winners.
People love winners.
That's it.
This lady, I can't pronounce her name. Vondrosa was unseeded.
Right, first.
Unseeded Marquita, and she won Wimbledon singles. I don't know if we covered this. We'll cover it right here.
Show you some.
It's very sad that Djokovic did not win his 8th Wimbledon. He lost to Alcatraz. You got any comments about
Alcatraz, that's what I call him.
Alcatraz.
Yeah,
that? How do you pronounce his name?
it's Alcatraz. But that's what I was calling him.
He's Alcatraz.
That was a great match. First time I've watched a whole match in tennis in my life.
Djokovic fell down and hurt him.
Yeah, he slid and.
Did you see him break his racket?
Yeah, he gave it to a fan after the turn.
And you know what's really weird about this? When you watch this, you can't tell who they're cheering for.
Yeah, true.
They're cheering for Bonsai.
Exactly
Pick
right.
one of them and stick to it.
Yeah.
Boo and cheer.
English people are so primitive.
Although I think it was a pro-Alcatraz crowd.
Yeah.
Djokovic was mad about it. He blew a kiss sarcastically at one point in time. I like Djokovic. All right. Roy McIlroy won the Scottish Open. Birdied the last 2 holes.
Last 2 holes, it was great. I watched it.
All right. There's this woman boxer who, after winning, flipped up her flipped up her bra to flash her boobs.
She's not only a boxer, she's a TikTok influencer.
And you know what?
OnlyFans.
I'll bet you they just went way up. All the views.
Absolutely.
You know, I was thinking about this, Nick. Here we are, 2 ugly guys. Do you know, just think how easy today with OnlyFans, TikTok, influencing. If you're a hot chick, you don't ever have to work.
No. That's my.
If you lose your dignity, you definitely don't have to work. Right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's pretty crazy when you think about it.
If there's reincarnation, I want to come back as a hot blonde man.
You start posing in bikinis, and boom,
Yeah.
you're an influencer automatically.
Yep.
What the hell could I influence? Maybe a shaving blade or something?
Cleaning supplies.
Cleaning supplies?
I can do men's hair grooming.
I think that was an insult, a barb. That was a barb that he threw at me. Cleaning supplies. Mr. Clean. Mr. Clean isn't this tan, Josh Wentz.
That's right.
He's not this tan. All right, Johnny Bench. Did you hear about this? Hall of Fame jump. He's going to be in trouble on ESPN and everybody now.
Yeah.
He got signed for $500. And that girl said, Gabe Paul's daughter said, that's cheap. He goes, he was Jewish.
Yeah, he didn't say, well, he was Jewish. He just said he was Jewish. And she didn't even hear it. One of the camera people had to point it out.
Now, this is an example, and this is the same kind of thing that Andy Bashir and Thomas Massey were attacking me about. It's hysterical. Is this. And I hate the hypocrisy about it. Do you know, Nick, and I think you agree, that people can tell jokes about Italians
That's right.
all day long and we laugh? Right. They tell jokes about Asians, we laugh. They tell jokes about the Irish drinking too much, we laugh.
Christian.
Catholic jokes,
Yep.
Christian jokes, blah, blah. You can't tell a black joke or a Jew joke.
Or a Muslim joke.
Or a Muslim joke.
That's right.
Hell, if you
or a woman joke.
Yeah, or a woman joke. If you defile Mohammed, they're coming after you. You're gonna get. There's a jihad declared against you.
It's true.
Josh never put up a picture of Mohammed. We don't want to. We don't want a jihad declared
Maybe we'll
against
get on national
him.
television.
All right, you got anything else you'd like to share in sports, Nick Batista?
Hey, watch that movie, 80 for Brady. You see that movie?
I saw it, 80 for Brady.
4 old women.
Yes.
Pretty good.
I thought it was lousy.
My wife drugged me to it.
That was loud. I want to see Mission Impossible. I want to see Oppenheimer, and I was going to see Barbie, but guess what I heard? It's all that transy gay stuff.
Oh, right, I know.
So screw Barbie. I'm not going to see it now.
I knew they'd make it woke, man.
They made it woke.
Knew they would.
There's no way they can make Oppenheimer and Mission Impossible woke. All right, this is the Bulldog. Have a great weekend. Nick Batista and I'll be back next week with our crack producer, Josh, who will not make any more Mr. Clean jokes. See you next week.